The best part about the Eagles this year has been their commitment to winning, not only on the field, but off, as Howie Roseman just made a few new moves to help this team come January. Plus key injury news that will pay big dividends on Sunday versus the Panthers, and why Kellen Moore is still trying to figure out the slow starts. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. It's been a busy week for the Birds, who returned to practice on Wednesday and Thursday, and as expected, got some familiar faces back as well. With both DeVonta Smith and Darius practicing this week and seemingly prepared to return following their absence from the Sunday win versus Baltimore. And they weren't just limited like Smitty was at the end of last week, they were full participants, which means, again, they should be good to go. And despite his calm demeanor, I think Smitty's quarterback is pretty excited to have number 6 back this week.
Yeah, he knows, he knows his body. I know he's not a guy that misses, and I know it's pained him to have to sit out and watch. I know he's eager to, have everybody back together and go out there and play some ball.
In the 7 games this season that both A.J. Brown and DeVonta Smith have both been on the field playing together, the Birds are not only 7-0, but averaging 29 points per game. It's pretty obvious that having both weapons back completely opens up an offense that honestly is still elite with just one receiver, but 2 is better than 1. Oh, and as for this weekend, the Panthers are currently the 2nd worst defense in the entire league against the pass, so I would put money on a big return for number 6. Now, despite Smitty coming back, Philadelphia will obviously continue to emphasize the run game regardless of who's at wide receiver, but it does sound like Kellen Moore and company are trying to work hard to figure out why the Birds' slow starts continue in quarter number 1, and maybe having both receivers and throwing more will help out.
It's definitely something that we've had a lot of discussions about it. Just different ways that we can attack the defense, play to our strengths, kind of focus on us, and then make the adjustments as the game goes that we need to make. And so, obviously it's something that, we've started slow, unfortunately, for too many games, and so it's something we got to do a better job of. We certainly feel like we build as we go, and certainly we've had a lot of success as the game has progressed. I think our guys do an excellent job of hanging in there. I think the cool thing is in these first quarters, as frustrating as it can be, I think our guys handle the adversity really well, and ultimately we don't want to face that adversity every single week. But our guys, I think, one big strength of our guys has been the finish aspect of this thing, that they're doing an excellent job, in those second halves.
Now, the only bad injury news this week is the fact that Reed Blankenship was out on Wednesday's practice. We'll see exactly what happens. We get closer to Friday and then Saturday. My guess is he won't play with the concussion. Again, it's a guess. I've been wrong before, but everyone else seemed good to go except for Reed Blankenship. The other thing I'm really keeping an eye on this week is the fast approaching 70,000 subs, and when we hit that, I'll announce the winner of the signed Cooper DeJean full-size helmet giveaway, which arrives to my house today. So you'll see it in my hands on a future video, but if you want to get on the giveaway, drop a like, hit a comment down below, and obviously hit that red subscribe button. Also, Christmas is just a couple of weeks away, which means you're probably looking for those last-minute gifts and more specifically stocking stuffers. And speaking of stockings, today's sponsor Bombas has probably the most comfortable socks I've ever worn. Bombas spent years designing the most comfortable and durable socks on the market, and their new holiday drop just hit, which has the plushiest, softest, and again, most comfortable essentials for the season. Oh, and also, just FYI, Bombas is not just a sock company, even though the socks they sent me are insanely comfortable. I'm wearing some right now, you just can't see because obviously the camera is down there. But they have socks, they also have really comfortable underwear, they have slippers, and my personal favorite, which I've been wearing like every single week, is their Bombas t-shirts. Bombas also gives away millions of socks to places like homeless shelters, rehab centers, and to medical service professionals as part of their one purchase equals one donation promise. In fact, Bombas makes the top 3 most requested clothing items at homeless shelters across the nation. Right now, new customers can get 20% off their first purchase by going to bombas.com/ThomasMod. Use promo code ThomasMod at checkout. Trust me, you're going to love these just as much as I did. One more injury update. Tom Pelissero confirmed yesterday Dallas Goedert is not going to play on Sunday versus the Panthers as expected, but Philadelphia did not add number 88 yet to short-term IR. Which tells me we're probably going to see the Birds' number 1 tight end back sooner than the 4 weeks I originally predicted. Also, I think it was this play versus the Ravens where Goedert actually injured his knee. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the play. Now, as mentioned earlier this week, Philadelphia still did sign practice squad tight end C.J. Uzomah to the 53-man roster on Wednesday, which, again, confirms Goedert will be out at least 1 more week. Personally, though, Uzomah aside, Grant Calcaterra has been a really good number 2 tight end, played a ton of snaps this year, and will continue to get the majority of Goedert's reps as long as 88 is out.
Yeah, we'll see how this week progresses. It's December football. A lot of guys are banged up and dealing with things, and so that's how these weeks now naturally progress. And so We feel fortunate that we have a number of guys, with Grant obviously playing an excellent role when he kind of hopped up when Dallas was down earlier. EJ and CJ have both played, a few games this year, and so they've played roles. They're ready to go, and so we feel fortunate to have the depth that we have, and we'll just see how it progresses.
Now, Howie still wasn't done after all of this, as Philadelphia also released John Ross from the practice squad on Wednesday and signed back Paris Campbell, who's now been off the Birds roster like 10 different times this season. Now this, along with elevating Uzomah, created a practice squad hole that Howie very quickly filled with an actual legit fullback and Khari Blasingame. That's right, Blasingame is an actual NFL fullback who has 6 years of NFL experience with both the Titans and Bears. And in total, he has 687 career offensive snaps and 860 special teams plays as well. In total, he has 687 career offensive snaps and 860 special team snaps to his name. And really, he's the perfect candidate to replace what the Birds were doing with Ben VanSumeren on both special teams, but more importantly, the lead blocker for Saquon Barkley on 20-plus I-formation runs this year. And those I-formation runs with a fullback, they were really working, and clearly Philadelphia wants to keep that in their running game because against the Baltimore Ravens, they had Grant Calcaterra play fullback. He'd never done that in his career in a handful of snaps whenever they wanted to run Saquon Barkley behind a lead blocking fullback. And clearly, according to Nick Sirianni, the whole fullback in Philadelphia is here to stay.
I think what it's done is just give another layer for the defensive to have to pay attention to, and not to get into too much of this. I'm not going to get into the scheme of it, of why it's been helpful for us, but it does. The one thing that one of the benefits is the layer that it gives the defense to have to defend and have to spend time on and have to study, and it's been pretty productive for us this year. And I think that I haven't been on a team that we've utilized a fullback in quite some time, and it's sometimes you go into it and like, hey, do we need a fullback? And you say, nah. And then you get into it and you start doing it and you're like, man, okay, this has been a good benefit for us, and you build on that, right? And so the confidence that you get because plays, things are being successful, you look to put a little bit more in, and that's how we are with players. That's how we are with plays. That's how we are with personnel groupings. Like, oh, this is good. Let's add a little bit more. Oh, let's add a little bit more. Let's add a little bit more. And so, we're excited about that, and we'll continue to use it as we need to.
Now, of course, Philadelphia will continue to run the majority of their run-specific plays out of shotgun, out of single back, regardless of how much Blasingame actually plays going forward. And despite only being 4 touches away from 250 carries so far this season, Saquon says he feels really good, if not better than he thought he would 13, 14 weeks in.
I feel pretty good. They did a really good job here of, listening to the signs, listening to the data, and I've been doing a really good job just buying in everything that they want me to do. And yeah, at this point, I feel my body feels really good. I feel it's fresh, as you could probably feel for week 14 or 13, whatever we're in. But yeah.
Oh, and yes, if you're wondering, Barkley was asked about getting a new fullback, and he sounds pretty excited.
I mean, it helps. We're doing a really good job of it. We're averaging a lot of yards in that package. Sad to see Ben go down. Ben went out there and gave us his all, every single play, and something that he's never done before. So, like I said, going back to buying in and doing whatever it takes for the team to win games is special. But now, having, for me as a running back, it kind of helps because even if someone gets beat at the line of scrimmage or there's someone there early, he could pick up color for me, and it just makes my job a lot easier. So
now flipping over to the defense, and all eyes will continue to be on the Eagles' dynamic rookies who have shut down every elite wide receiver they faced, including apparently Ravens wide receiver Diontae Johnson, who was suspended yesterday by Baltimore for refusing to go into the game versus the Birds on Sunday. Honestly, Diontae, I don't blame you. I would not want to go against Quinton Bay either. This week's newest victim, though, will be Panthers rookie wide receiver Xavier Legette, whose 37 catches for 393 yards might seem modest this season, but he's definitely coming into his own the past few weeks, and if you haven't heard his accent, by the way, it's the runaway favorite for best accent in the league this year.
Oh no, man. I woke up ready, man. I got a call right after I got dressed. They was coming to pick me up at 9:30 in the morning. I told them I'm going to be ready.
Now we'll see how much Legette actually gets to talk on the field this Sunday after The Athletic revealed yesterday that 2 Eagles made the NFL's most annoying players on the field list just this past week. Those 2 were Brandon Graham, no surprise, and CJ Gardner-Johnson, both of whom were voted by their peers as the number 1 and number 4 most annoying players on the field, with one announced player saying yap, yap, yap of the Birds' safety.
Eagles ball! Eagles ball! Zach! Hey, it's a new sheriff in town, baby!
Now, of course, we already knew that BG was the king of trash talk.
Hey, too bad you ain't getting nothing today. Not today. They can't hold up. Hey, go blue, but I'm coming over there too. You sweet. You sweet, Zach. 7-1. Don't think I ain't gonna come get you. I'm coming to get you. Oh, yeah, 7-5. I see you on film, boy. Don't worry, folks. I'm coming. 2-8. You too slow for me, man.
Hey, next play. All right, gotta get 3 and out. 3 and out right here, all right? Hey, hey!
Yeah,
next play, let's go.
I know, I got you.
But CJ being number 1 is hilarious, and because they're winning, I am all for it. Also, speaking of BG, shout out to him for being nominated as the Eagles' official Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee for the award this year, and the Birds for putting together this really great tribute to him at practice just about a week before his season-ending injury versus the Rams.
Outstanding week of practice. Way to bring it home today. Hey, BG, come in here.
Be cheesy.
We got something for you.
Uh-oh. Sir Graham. Hold on now. Take shift first. Man of the year.
Oh, and as for the Eagles' massive uptick in sacks since the bye and really continuing the past few weeks since the BG injury, Nolan Smith confirmed yesterday that the desire to play for BG has taken a completely new level inside the defensive locker room and has gotten them even more motivated than they already were.
No, I don't feel no pressure. I feel more of a attack, or more of a do it for him. I know people thought in the Baltimore game I was playing at the end, but no, I was for real. Like, everything from now on we doing for BG, because I was once that senior that left out and I couldn't do nothing but cheer the guys on, and I know how that felt, and I don't never want that on nobody because it really do hurt.
Now, Philadelphia will not only be playing for their 11th win of the season on Sunday, but actually for a playoff berth, as Philadelphia is one of several NFC teams with playoff clinching scenarios that are long and confusing. You see them here, but essentially win plus either an Atlanta or Tampa loss plus Arizona losing is basically it. I don't know. Just win, baby, on Sunday. We'll worry about playoffs later. Also, massive shout out to you guys, the subscribers who have been donating like crazy to the Jokes Hunt, Thomas Mott, and Philly Special Show joint collaboration to give away as much money and help out a bunch of Philadelphia area high school basketball teams. We're at $3,585 raised as of filming this show here on a Thursday. That's 104 total donations, over 30% of our goal of $10,000. If you haven't donated, link down below in the description box. 100% of the proceeds go to the cause. Awesome partnering with Jokes Hunt here, and again, massive thanks to you guys for all the donations. We got plenty more stuff happening the next couple of days and weeks, getting really close to giving away the Cooper DeJean helmet. Hit the sub button. I'm Thomas Mott. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.